Hello and welcome. This is going to be a longer, specific, deep read. Check the title to see if it resonates with you. We're going to be doing a long form Celtic cross and we'll see what comes out. I'm already getting information about a contract trying to close. You've learned the lesson, allow it to close. So we're going to get some very in-depth energy here about this contract. You've completed it. So I want you to know you've completed something. So if there's a person or a job or something trying to exit your life, you might have completed the cycle of its necessity in your realm. Okay. What's hidden? We're going to get one of these for the hidden energy. All right. Overall, right now, we are sitting with the Lovers, especially if a connection is ending or if this is a twin flame contract specifically. But there is something learned about a connection right now that is going to be very, very, very important to your growth. We have the Moon. There is change and there is walking in a different path. Let's see what else is coming out here. It wants to is the challenge. Okay. I am also going to look at the past over here and get some insight on where we go next. Yeah, current energy moving forward. You have to leave some energy behind, whether it's an actual person directly letting go of a past situation. But there is a shift here and it's brilliant because it's allowing something to come in. Hopes or fears. We've got two. I am going to ask though, what is important about love specifically that's in this hidden energy? We want something about love and the overall guidance. And it is not lost on me that the only card flipped over right now is that Eight of Cups. You are getting your own independence and Lovers and the Lovers. Okay, this is a love reading. If you aren't looking for a love reading, you can scroll. But this is going to not just be about a specific person, but this is a pattern. You're learning how to love yourself more and have a more balanced connection. This talks about a passionate connection, but the shared vision and values. Whatever connections you have walked away from or you're learning from, they weren't balanced. Maybe they were at one point, but you are changing, you are shifting. You deserve more than you had, but you have completed a contract. So if somebody has recently left your life or you're leaving their life directly, you might be done. But when that happens, you're going to get something that you now align with in the new version of you. So trust that, okay? Current energy here, we have asking your angels, seek the divine, and Six of Wands. You were victorious. I've already got this again. 666 could be significant. Seen a lot of sixes. The Lovers is card number 6 as well. But the divine wants to support you, but you already have a huge victory, and you don't realize how huge of a victory this is. If you didn't remove them and they removed themselves, keep walking because there is something much greater on the other side. Either way, you have the King of Swords. Oh man, King of Swords, Four of Cups. Yeah, you were done with their disappointments, done with them not being the person you wanted them to be. Now, this could also be they have potential. They have potential, and I got the 10 of Cups reversed. This person had potential. You saw who they could be if they chose it, but they weren't choosing it, okay? Emotions might not have been important to them, but the 10 of Cups, you had to be honest. Hey, this isn't what I want. There's too much sacrifice of myself. There's too much of me making myself smaller. Maybe you're trying to go for your dreams and they're not supportive, okay? The biggest challenge here is the Eight of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. What do you want to invest in? The balance. What do you say yes? What do you say no? What are your priorities? This other person's priorities did not align to yours. They could have cared about you the entire realm, but they didn't want to be there. And your biggest challenge is to keep moving. The Eight of Wands, keep moving. Move towards where you want to go. And trust me, if this person is meant to integrate into that, they'll meet you at another like intersection down the road. But you can't help this. This person over here was choosing to go, they were choosing to go the way that they want to, but it doesn't align with what you want. You're just going to sit there being disappointed over and over and over and over again until you break the cycle. Subconscious retreat. You know what? Your body needs rest. okay? You deserve some self-care, self-time. Stop taking care of everybody else. The moon, so subconscious is the moon, that's your intuition, but it can also be a place of anxiety and fear. You need to give yourself some alone time so you can think through and process through and find solid ground, okay? The moon is brilliant here again because you're moving. Brilliant's an important word. I don't normally say that. If you've ever watched my videos, brilliant's not a thing I say, like, ever. So the moon here, you know, you're going off into the unknown. This is a canoe at night in the water. So water could be significant, but you're going off on your own. This is an intuitive path in the Eight of Cups. This has been like trickling for a long time. You could be in the middle of how do I switch away? You've already emotionally left the situation in the way that you know that it's not what you're looking for. Now, again, if you are still with this person or they recently are out of your energy field, you're going to be leaving it behind because you're like, this, my fire's over there. The Eight of Cups moves towards the Nine of Cups. In this Eight of Cups here, you know, you're trying to find the ninth cup. Ninth cup is wish fulfillment. And you know what? You leave behind the things you once loved, once cared for, but you're changing. Allow yourself to keep moving forward. You need something more stable. There we go. And you need somebody who's going to allow you to have more self-care. Whoever this other person was, I don't know if they were looking for a mother. I don't know if they were looking for somebody to always help them in every way possible, but it was not balanced. And it wasn't what you wanted. So allow yourself to let go of the chains that bind you. I'm hearing the chains that bind you. With the Queen of Pentacles, though, you have abundance coming in. You know your worth. You're like, I know I deserve more than this. How do I get there? You need to believe it's possible, okay? What's in the past here? We have the Ten of Pentacles and the Magician. Okay, one, you have all the tools you need to create the life you want. Step one is the priorities. You got to turn down the things you don't want. Stop allowing the people and the places and the things, the jobs to stay in your life when you don't want them. Okay? Decide for what you prefer in the moment now. You had an idea of what you wanted in a home life. Things have changed. Tell the universe what you want now. And maybe it was good for a while, but something shifted and you're okay to admit that you're human and that you're shifting and changing and you're growing. And sometimes a relationship doesn't grow with you. Okay? Be honest with yourself and look forward to the future and try to live in the present. We do have the Four of Pentacles here. There's a time in the recent past where you weren't able to be yourself. You stepped on eggshells. You had to hide what you felt to you, whether you felt love, joy, sadness, because you're carrying too many people's things. And I think this is more of a pattern. I don't think this is one person, but it'll show up very prominently in connections. But you're learning how to be your independent self again. And I feel like you don't know what that is. That this is going to be a new path because you're not going to have to take care of the entire planet. This is where you go, you know what? No, enough is enough. I'm going to take care of me. I want to feel alive and I want to invest in me. Energy moving forward. We do have that Eight of Cups there with the sacrifice. You're no longer sacrificing yourself for everybody else. Giving up something now for a future reward. It's okay to sacrifice things that don't fit, but you have been sacrificing yourself. And it's almost this martyrdom of, if I sacrifice and everybody else is happy, but you've had enough. This is an energy of I've had enough, okay? Especially in connections that drain you. You are going to sacrifice the connections that don't fit because that's how you get the connections that do. Also, that's how you show self-care. I want you to be patient. If you are looking for a new connection, I need you to stop and be patient. Right now, the things that are coming in, they're going to be very wobbly. They're going to be very similar to what you're coming out of. Give yourself time and space. Temperance, it's being divinely guided, but you're clearing out the old energy. Get rid of all the old stuff that hinders your self-care. And Page of Pentacles, you're going to start investing into yourself. Page of Pentacles, an apprentice, starting something new. Maybe you have a new job. Maybe you meet a new person. Take it slow. Allow yourself to build up what you do and don't want in a relationship. Because I feel like it's more or less this lady, she's caught in her head of, well, how do I make this relationship work? How do I do this and how do I do that? You're overthinking it. Because you don't want to change to fit the box of the relationship. You want to be able to just be you. And right now, being you, you're not used to. So give yourself that time and space to be you and how you interact with others, but you need to give yourself more care. And self-care comes in many forms. Hopes or fears. Queen of Pentacles, receiving. You're going to learn how to receive. If some random stranger tried to gift you something ridiculously crazy, would you be able to take it and just say thank you and not feel weird about it? Okay, if you can't, this is the lesson. You're learning how to receive again. It's not selfish to receive. It's not selfish to give yourself things before everybody else, okay? And then 9 of Swords. I feel like the more that you focus on yourself, for some odd reason, it could be guilt, shame, something in your past, you feel this anxiety. Well, what if I don't help this person? What if I don't help that person? It's not your job. Figure out the solid ground for you, okay? Because anxiety is coming up over here. It's the first time we've seen swords. But when we're thinking about fear, like the mind replays, and I have that 8 of Swords here too. It's the only other place we've seen swords. So you're going to want to make sure that you organize your thoughts and don't overthink them. Know that you're allowed to choose you, and that takes practice. So what do we need to know about connections here? Realignment. Literally, any connection coming in is going to start changing little by little unto what you want. I'm going to tell you the first 1 or 2 could literally be people coming in that they're a tiny bit better, but they're not really what you want. You need to be very concrete about what you want in your life, whether that's friends, whether that's family, and whether that's connections, whether that's job. You need to be very specific energetically of if it doesn't align, let it go. And that's a hard one. Realignment in the High Priestess. This is all about your intuition, okay? It's literally trust yourself. Your body knows. Stop trying to talk yourself into staying, talk yourself into being. This Ace of Wands, like you have an inner passion and an inner fire for you. Who drains that fire? If somebody drains that fire as a connection, you already know that a love connection's not going to be able to, you can't keep that up. It's going to fizzle out really quick. And I'm already getting, this is somebody who's very independent, okay? Could be a leader energy. You need to step outside the leader role in a connection and start trusting the other half, because I feel like with this Queen of Pentacles, you take on too much. And you need to take on less and find a connection that's okay with that balance, okay? Because I do see that King of Wands energy of I want to control everything. If I don't control it, it's all going to fall apart. You need to build some trust. Your connection, you have to trust. But you're moving forward. The Chariot, you're moving forward. You are not failing. You are completing a contract. Whatever this shift is, you've done something amazing. The Tower, though, there's a lot of unseen change. This could have been a tower, but you still have things unfolding. Trust it. Trust it. Overall guidance. And there's that King of Wands that I was feeling. You need to be able to lead when it makes sense for yourself. But when it comes to a connection, you can't, you've got to find that balance. And this is where getting back to yourself, you'll know the actions to take for yourself better, but when it comes to when you're interacting with another person, you're not going to overthink it and try to control it, because this 8 of Swords came back out and the 9 of Swords. This is exactly where we were going with the fear and the King of Wands. Literally, you can't make this up. King of Wands clarified by the 8 of Swords and 9 of Swords with the King of Wands, with the lovers and the lovers. Stop trying to control everything. It's okay. Okay, there's a releasing. Focus on yourself, nurture yourself, do what you can do for yourself, let the universe know what you want. But I'm going to tell you, when you're in a connection, make them approach you, make them find you, make everything else go. Don't stress about what you should do, okay? Focus on you. It also lightens the energetic load towards everybody else, okay? The Knight of Wands, there's a lot of in and out energy in your field. Allow anybody who wants to not give or is half there, let them go. Don't pull people back in, because this King of Wands could also be trying to pull people back in because it's safe and it's calm. If somebody makes you safe and calm for a very short time, but you can't go a day without arguing, is that trade-off worth it? Is it not worth it for you to ask for the whole package in one, okay? So whoever this is for, you do have love on the horizon, and I can tell you that because I feel the energy over here with this realignment, okay? But you're noticing what you don't want, and that is in itself beautiful. Now, if you have children with this person, the kids are gonna be fine, okay? I do see you and your loved ones are safe, wanted to come out. But we have this energy is gaining momentum. This has been a long time coming, and you have learned something. I want you to know that this is growth. okay? And we have a time to give rather than take. You should be giving to yourself. You should be allowing yourself time and energy. And if you are going to help, and that stayed at the bottom, if you are going to assist somebody, do it with somebody that it's reciprocal, not somebody because you want an effect from them. Because I can tell you, some of these energies that want to leave or old love connections, they're not giving you what you want. Don't pull them in just to be there, because they're taking the space of somebody amazing, all right? I hope that this was helpful. Love, light, and positive vibes.